This MOC Recap seems to have come quicker than in other years. That's probably since I didn't upload any videos until the end of September. And what was the reason for that? Well, part of it was because I was moving my BrickHeadz MOCs over from BrickShelf to BrickSafe, which involved polishing the instructions a bit, as well as sometimes tweaking their designs. And the other part? Just, life stuff. The kind of stuff that makes you not want to do much. I see. But I did end up getting antsy with the lack of content, which is why I eventually put out my Missing MOCs video, complete with an overly complicated backdrop. I mean, you gotta say, it looks pretty cool, and I like how the video feels, more cinematic, given that I don't directly address the audience. And it set a new precedent on how you produce videos. That's right, instead of just talking to myself, I now have you to banter back and forth with. You do realize you are still talking to yourself, right? Yes, but that's not the point. It's the structure of the video, which makes it easier to segue from one subject to another. Of course. That's why I designed the new set piece, which puts the ambient moving visual in the center to accommodate for the two chairs, as the clock would be covered up in my den setup. I do miss the cozier vibe of it though. You can always bring it back for special occasions. True. I just wish I had an excuse to bring the train back on a semi-regular basis as well. I think it is about time we get to the main attraction. Right. As usual, this year was lean on new MOCs, and as usual, it was heavily weighted with BrickHeadz. You just cannot get away from them, can you? Doesn't look like it. On that note, will you do the honors? Certainly. The following are the MOCs released this year. Dark Samus BrickHeadz from the Metroid franchise. Batman BrickHeadz from Batman Beyond. Samus Aran Light Suit BrickHeadz from Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Echo BrickHeadz from My LEGO Network. Metroid Capsule from the Metroid franchise. Mr. Gold BrickHeadz from the LEGO Collectible Minifigures Series 10. The Toa Mata G3 Concept, which includes Tahu, Onua, Pohatu, Kopaka, Liwa, and Gali. The Toa Nuva G3 Concept, which includes Tahu Nuva, Gali Nuva, and Taka Nuva. And the Toa Metru G3 Concept, which includes Toa Fakama and Toa Nokama. Technically, there was also Pyramid Head, although I did release him last year, there was just no video to go with it. Also, I'm not counting Santa's sleigh and reindeer, as that was a historical build of mine. Also, even though there are 11 Bionicle G3 concept figures, they are all based on a similar frame, so at best I'd count them as 3 separate models. Maybe more if I'm being generous. Still a nice little handful, I suppose. It was nice seeing you keep to a schedule again, with a video every other week. The last time you did something similar was in 2021. Yeah, but I fell into the same issue as I did then, as all the MOCs were already designed, save for Mr. Gold. I merely had to put the finishing touches on them. It would be very difficult to work on brand new MOCs and put out a video routinely. Perhaps with this new format you will have more time to focus on MOC making. I hope. I've spent enough time fiddling with behind the scenes stuff. Are there any plans for the future? Kind of. I still need to finish moving my MOCs from BrickShelf to BrickSafe. With that said, I want to prioritize finishing my Dark Samus helmet that I talked about in the Missing MOCs video, and when I do, I'd like to make a video on it. Otherwise, I have no plans for immediate content, as I want to follow a schedule again, and not just random videos here or there. So in short, the future is specifically vague. Sure. Any last words before we close out the year? Well, don't put it like that. It sounds so grim. Sorry, recalculating. Would you like to say anything before we sound off for the year? Nothing more than usual, just that you can find more of my LEGO content in the description. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.